Hi everybody, my name is Kevin Venegoni with ConMed, and today we're going to go through how to set up the AirSeal IFS. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is the back of the cart. We have a tank switch valve right here, and there's two gas tanks. You always want to make sure at the beginning of the case you come back and check to make sure that you have gas. A full gas tank is going to be at 800 psi. Okay, and you can zoom in on that if you'd like. As you use it, it will scroll down to 200, and then it'll tell you to change the tank. When it gets down to 50, you have 100 seconds to change the gas tank. At that point, when it starts beeping, what you can do is you just would flip this tank switch assembly to the next gas tank. The arrow designates which tank that it's drawing from, okay? But it's always good practice to have two tanks at the beginning of each procedure. On the front of the unit is the power button here. Power button will be lit green like this. When it boots up, I recommend booting it up. It takes about a full 2.5 minutes to boot up. So, you know, when you're setting up your laparoscopic equipment, your lap tower, make sure that you're turning on. Make sure that you're turning on the AirSeal unit, because it can take a couple minutes to boot up. So what is AirSeal? AirSeal is two things. It's one tube set and it's one port. Okay, and there's three different sizes. There's 5 millimeters, 8 millimeters, and 12 millimeters. Okay. The disposables are conveniently located on the cart. Again, they're color coded, so orange is 5, light blue is 8, dark blue is 12, okay? And then your tube sets are down here. It's one tube set and one port, okay? So you have to have that in order to be in AirSeal mode. When you're ready to start the case, what you'll do is you'll take the AirSeal canister like this. This is where the smoke evacuation tubing is. This is where it gets inserted here. It's inserted into the canister at the 12 o'clock position. It can't go in any other way but at the 12 o'clock position. Once it's in there, you lock this down. You lock that down just to make sure that it doesn't accidentally pull out of the unit at the beginning of the procedure. There's two tubings here, and then there's a junction right here. Okay, this is your AirSeal tubing, and this is our single lumen tubing. So to start the case, it comes connected like so. And it comes down to just a single lumen adapter like you guys are used to. This will go on any sort of traditional stopcock. So when the surgeon's ready for gas on, they're going to connect it to a Varus needle, an optical port, a Hassan trocar, however they access the abdomen, and then they're going to want gas on. So you're going to hit confirm, start. This is the front of the AirSeal unit. Here's your flow, low, medium, high flow. Here's your pressure setting, which in this case is at 15. So as the bag in this case, or the belly inflates, you'll see that the pressure will start rising inside the abdomen. Or inside the, I'm gonna turn it down to 10 just to speed it up for these purposes, or 8. So when we get to our set pressure of 8, what you'll find is that the screen is gonna change. It's gonna tell you to connect your tri-lumen filter tube set with the obturator in place, and AirSeal will start automatically, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up here, you're gonna disconnect your tubing here, shut your stopcock, disconnect your tubing, come down to that junction that I showed you in the first step, you're just gonna disconnect it. Usually save this and put it back on your Mayo stand in case you need it for later use. You're gonna take this portion and you're gonna connect it to your AirSeal obturator, okay? Once it clicks on, you'll hear the AirSeal will engage. It'll tell you that AirSeal is initiating. It'll take 4 to 5 seconds and you'll hear an audible tone, and then it'll also go green. That's when you know you're in AirSeal mode. That's the tone. It says AirSeal active. The next step is to pull the obturator. So now we're in AirSeal mode, okay? If you ever were to have to switch back out of AirSeal mode, the way you would do it is we would just reverse the steps, okay? So let's say you wanted to close this fascia because this was your bigger port. Let's say you need to pull a specimen through the port. There's a lot of different reasons why you would have to switch your gas to another port. But in any event, you just reverse the steps. You take your obturator, you put the lid on it. You disconnect your tubing. You close this so it doesn't leak. You come over, you reconnect your tubing, and then you put it on your port, and you open it again. Now you're back in standard insufflation. So your flow is 11, and then we're pressure's coming back up now to 8. Once you get to your set pressure, which in this case is 8, but traditionally it's 15, it changes again, and if you need to switch back, you just disconnect it and connect it again. So that's how you get into AirSeal mode. If there's any questions, my card's on the top of it. You can feel free to call me at any time.